All right, good morning, everyone. Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord here. We're going to talk about the first Alert 6 weather days we have on the way today and into tomorrow as well. Today it's mostly about the cold, even though we have had a little snow show up on the map. But tomorrow it'll be mostly about the snow, as temperatures do warm up a little bit, but it's still going to be pretty cold over much of the area. So let's go with what we have happening here, and we'll switch to my graphic so you can see what is happening here. So 5 below is the temperature right now. We did dip as low as 7 below. There might have been an 8 below zero somewhere in there early this morning. We'll get the official reading here in a little while, but coldest wind chill I saw was 33 below. And now we're starting to warm a little bit. And 26 below is the wind chill, 5 below the actual air temperature. Doubt we get above zero by lunch, but we should be able to climb above zero for a couple hours this afternoon. So 5 below in Omaha, 8 below in Council Bluffs as of right now, 4 below in Plattsmouth. So it's cold all the way around. And everybody is below zero on the map when you take a view that includes our entire viewing area. So cold is the name of the game as of right now, and it's not really going to change much. So the high clouds struggling to fill in a little bit. So what we're seeing here is this cold air be incredibly dry, especially at the low levels. So it feels like temperatures are anywhere from 20 to 30 below zero still. And we've had a little snow show up on radar. It's been there most of the morning, but it is having a tough time hanging on, and it's this fine, dry, powdery stuff, and normally that does not accumulate very fast at all. This is going to be a slow process, and as it falls down through, it's got the lower levels of the atmosphere to saturate. So until we get to very early tomorrow morning when the entire atmosphere is saturated, anything you see on the radar is really, really going to struggle to reach the ground. And even when it does make its way to the ground, it's not going to add up all that fast. So that's what we have moving through right now. A little farther to the west, there's a few bands of snow, but now we're starting to really see that fill in down to the south. And that's where these winter storm warnings and everything will reside. Let me show you really quick here. So there's the map. Starting to see the moisture fill in more and more and more. And it'll look like a storm system that has something to it as we get through the course of the day today. So what we're seeing here, winter storm warnings that extend from New Mexico through Texas, Oklahoma, all the way up into Pennsylvania. Now we start to see a few more of the winter storm watches, this blue here, turn into more winter storm warnings as we get a little bit closer. So that is generally going to be the case over the course of the next couple of days as this storm system marches across the country. This darker purple shade you see, let's see if I can get this to work here. Darker purple shade. What is going on with the arrow here? Huh. And the darker purple shade is that are ice storm warnings, I should say. So that is where there's going to be a significant amount of ice on the way for a large portion of the area. And it's something that South Carolina, North Carolina, northern Georgia, Mississippi will be dealing with what could be 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of ice. And let me tell you, even the ice potential is mixed in all the way back here in parts of Texas. The problem is they'll just get snow on top of it. So they just went with a winter storm warning in a lot of these spots to encompass it all. Now for us, I'll tell you, it's mostly going to be about the cold. Snow's going to struggle. So we have a cold weather advisory and winter and extreme cold warnings that extend north to south across the country. Now the threshold for these are different in different parts of the country. So you get in our area, you start to talk about wind chills that are in the double digits below zero, and we issue these. But anything that dips below freezing or closer to 20 degrees can issue those farther to the south. So for us, these run through noon. They've been extended a little bit, but we are past the worst of the cold air, 15 to 30 below zero wind chills for Friday morning. And the light blue shading, in that darker shade, that's extreme cold warning, where they have dipped as low as 40 below. We got to 33 below in Omaha, so that's why we were added to this. The wind chill forecast does show improvement, though, into the afternoon at best. We'll get up near 10 below. So that's where the best of the wind chills are going to be today. Wind gusts, thankfully, back off. That's why the wind chills improve, is because the gusts will back off to near 5 to 10 miles per hour. First alert forecast shows how the clouds, if anything, thicken up over the course of the day into the evening. We'll get to about 1, maybe 2 degrees, and you can see how the snow really struggles. Any snow that falls is going to be that dry, fine, powdery stuff. If you don't drive over it, you will likely be able to just use a leaf blower or something to get it off the driveway, the sidewalk. This is going to be that fine, powdery snow that if you drive over it, it'll compact and stick to paved surfaces, because nothing that is like chemicals or any treatment you put on it just doesn't work in temperatures this cold. So by 10 o'clock, could have some light flurries, snow showers. Notice how there's a little better snow potential as this continues to fill in from the south to the north. And by 2, 3 a.m., we have some light snow extending to the metro, steadier snow down to the south. And by early tomorrow morning, still a lot of light snow that it's in the area. But I do think over the course of, over the course of the day, we're going to see, or over the course of the night into Saturday, snow could extend as far north as this line you see here, even though it's not showing up on models. That's just telling you how fine and powdery that it is. So the 3-day forecast shows clouds around. Saturday's going to be cold. We'll be able to warm up a little bit more, but we'll start off with some of that snow moving through the area. Nothing that's going to be all that widespread as far as heavy snow goes, but the heaviest will be in our southern counties, Nebraska City, Shenandoah, and south into the afternoon, with lighter snow farther to the north. And given how much things have struggled to accumulate with any snow that's out there right now, moisture's slowly filling in the mid and upper levels. The low levels are going to stay dry for a while. We got dew points in the 20s, right? 20 below zero range. It's going to take a little while to saturate entirely and get all of this snow to the ground. And then when it does, it's going to be that dry, really fine, powdery stuff that slowly adds up. It doesn't stack up like your normal snowflakes would. And that's why we trimmed about an inch off our snow forecast. We were saying up to 2 this morning, with most of us being an inch or less. I think up to 1 is probably going to be the max right around I-80, Omaha Metro. You go a little farther south, we're talking 1 to 4. Could get 4s down along the Kansas-Nebraska border, just given how fine and powdery this stuff's going to be. So we are looking at dry, fine, powdery snow on Saturday. Chances in the morning and into the afternoon. Only a high of about 6 after starting off below 0. And then the 10-day forecast shows how we climb to about 12 for the afternoon high on Sunday, 24 Monday. And then 20s all next week. Morning lows in the single digits. It is going to be so tough to warm as we make our way through next week. Hopefully we can find a day or two that spikes a little bit more. But overall, we are looking at some very cold air in this forecast. And again, after midnight tonight through mid-afternoon on Saturday, we're looking at up to 1 inch of snow in the metro. Again, slow accumulation is the key here. Just because of that dry, fine powder, it's not going to add up fast at all due to the nature of the snowflakes. So 1 to 4 inches down to the south where it snows a little longer and a little heavier the way it looks. So it's cold all day today, cold all night, cold all Saturday, but we mix some snow into the equation for Saturday. So that's where we're at. A quick update for you there. Jarrett's going to have more on midday. Bo will be updating you later on in the evening hours with all the latest. Again, not a big snowmaker. We just haven't had much. So I still think February is our snowy month. It's going to be the one that was pointing to the entire winter outlook. So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, stay warm and stay inside as much as you can.